Sir, startups के लिए, for startups, sir, the removal of angel tax has come as a big relief. And this was introduced. We have removed it all right. And last year and the year before that, we tried removing the startup world from some of the provisions of the angel tax. And we thought that would address the problem. But if the festering problems really worried the small businesses and the startups in particular, we have totally removed it, abolished it. But when was it brought in? It was brought in 2012, sir. And from then, they, in spite of having at least 2 full years in their hand, the UPA government did not remove the startup. Okay, yes, 10 years, but who was the one who called it as exploitative tax?
Yes.
You called it exploitative tax. The leader of the opposition called it exploitative tax. And when he introduced it, did he not know that it was exploitative? And now, when you demand abolition of it, you forget that you brought it in, but because you now said it is exploitative, the whole world has to accept it. We have worked on it so that the burden because of these angel tax does not fall on small businesses. But eventually, after having worked on it 2 years over, we have now removed it. But I would again like to remind, sir, through you, that it was called as an exploitative tax and we shall remove it, was a claim by the one who brought it in the first place. Sir, exemption limit of 1 lakh for LTCG, capital gains, long-term capital gains on certain financial assets, such as such as those which are shares and bonds, have been given, and it is in this budget raised to 1.25 lakhs, which also, I strongly believe, benefits the middle class, because small money which is getting invested in shares and stocks and in bonds for small returns that people would want to have, because their investing capacities are not very big. Even for them, this budget has given relief in that we've exempted it from any kind of tax, and that 1 lakh exemption has been enhanced to 1.25. So middle class, which finds that returns from the stock markets are much better than some of the some of the saving schemes, and therefore who have gone there in their own wisdom, we have not taxed them, we have only given them exemption and enhanced exemption, 1 lakh to 1.25 lakh exemption, certainly aiming at the middle class, sir. Therefore, the narrative which is now being said, oh, the middle class, you put them to difficulty, you've not done anything, they are angry with you. Certainly, sir, I want the parties who are talking about middle class now to understand this country had 98% taxation in one of the earlier regimes, the ancient regimes, which also cared nothing for the fundamental rights of the citizens. The regime which brought in emergency, 98% tax. At that time, no middle class worry. No middle class worry. Sir.
Only black money.
And for the number of corruption that had happened between 2004 and 14, sir, public of India would have been much better if those monies were in the coffers rather than in the pocket of a few dynastic leaders.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.